They say the gods do not make mistakes. They say every child comes into the world with a destiny already written. But in Umira village, a woman who waited 20 barren years chose to rewrite fate with her own hands. One night, she walked into a forbidden shrine and came out holding a child that did not belong to her. This is not just a story about motherhood. It is a story about what happens when love steals, and when the spirits come to collect what is owed. Listen closely. Because in this land, nothing taken from the gods is ever free. In the old days, when the earth still listened to prayers and the spirits walked close to human footsteps, there lived a woman named Nkiru in the village of Umira. Nkiru was gentle, hardworking, and quiet. Her laughter was soft. Her patience was long. But her womb remained empty. Year followed year. Season followed season. Still, no child came. At first, the villagers pitied her. They spoke kindly and encouraged her to keep hope alive. But as time passed, pity turned to whispers. She must have offended the ancestors. Perhaps her womb is sealed by the spirits. A woman without a child is only half a woman. Each word pierced her heart. Her husband, pressured by family and tradition, took another wife. The new woman conceived quickly. When the child was born, drums filled the compound and joy danced in the air. Nkiru sat alone in her room, listening to happiness that was not hers. At night, she pressed her palms against her flat stomach and prayed. Even if it is just one, she whispered. Even if the child stays only a short while. But the gods remained silent. Beyond the far edge of Umira stood a forest no one entered without fear. Deep within it lay the shrine of silent waters, a sacred place spoken of only in hushed tones. The elders said some children passed through that shrine before choosing whether to remain in the human world. Spirit children. Children of both worlds. No mortal was allowed to touch them. One night, exhausted by grief and shame, Nkiru followed a dream that felt heavier than sleep. In the dream, a voice whispered to her, "If the gods will not give, then take." Her feet carried her into the forest before fear could stop her. The air grew thick. The wind stood still. Even the insects were silent. At the shrine, she saw a baby lying on white cloth, glowing faintly under the moonlight. The child slept peacefully, as though guarded by unseen eyes. Nkiru's heart thundered. This was wrong. This was forbidden. But the ache inside her was stronger than fear. She lifted the child into her arms and ran. The forest did not stop her. The spirits did not speak. That silence was the first warning. She named the child Chism, God is with me. The baby never cried. He laughed softly at strange moments. His eyes followed shadows no one else could see. Still, Nkiru loved him with a desperate, consuming love. For the first time, she was called mother. For the first time, her arms were full. But the village began to notice changes. Food spoiled without reason. Animals refused to enter her compound. Drums cracked during festivals. At night, Chisholm spoke in his sleep, words too ancient for a child's tongue. The elders grew uneasy. One evening, the oldest priest came to Nkiru's door. "You have taken what was not given," he said quietly. "The spirits are asking for their child." Nkiru collapsed to the ground. "Take my life instead," she begged. "Just let me keep him." The priest shook his head. The death of the spirits is never simple. That night, Chisholm fell ill. His body burned with fever, yet his eyes were calm, too calm. Nkiru held him tightly, tears soaking his clothes. "I only wanted love," she whispered. "I only wanted to be a mother." Before dawn, the wind returned to the forest. The tree sighed. The earth settled. Chisholm smiled once. And then he was gone. No cry. No body. Only silence. The village awoke to peace restored. Crops flourished again. Animals returned. The gods were satisfied. But Nkiru was forever changed. She lived on, not as a cursed woman, but as one who had known motherhood, even if only briefly. She cared for abandoned children, loving them without ownership, without demand. And the elders say the spirit spared her because she learned the truth too late to save her child, but early enough to save her soul. And so the story is told. Not every blessing can be taken. Not every prayer can be forced. And love that steals from the gods will always pay a price. Because the spirits may forgive, but they never forget.